All right, all right. First of all, we like to say hello to everyone. My name is Ernest. I'm one of the team members at theprofitroom.com. What we do at the Profit Room, we teach people how to trade and invest in the different financial markets. It doesn't matter what market that you trade. It could be stocks, options, it could be futures, forex. It really doesn't matter if it has a chart. We teach you how to trade. And this evening, we like to talk occasionally to some of our students who've been through our program, people who have traded and invested with us, and just to get some feedback. The reason why we like to do this because at the Profit Room, we believe that when you see different types of students that we have or people that we actually work with on a regular basis, you get the opportunity to really see real people. And it's very important that you actually see real people because it may be something in those people that you actually see that can benefit you. Very, very important because trading is very personal. So if you see something in somebody and you're like, wow, that's similar to my story, that's something that I want to do, it really can really benefit you in learning how to trade and invest and do a lot of things for yourself personally and financially and benefit you and also your family at the same time. So, if I don't go any further, my name is Ernest once again. I'd like to introduce you to Ira Gordon. So, Ira, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, blase, blase, just fill everybody in.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been trading probably about 7 years now, probably about five, 6.5, somewhere in there. Started out in 2014 for work. I'm a software developer. I've been doing that for 20 plus years. I've been successful in that. I've been able to stay employed. But I would say trading definitely changed the trajectory of my life as far as what I'm going to be able to do in the next, I would say, 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
Kind of.
So, what got you into wanting to trade? Like you said, you've been trading for about 7 years or so now. What originally piqued your interest to even want to be involved with trading?
The beauty of social media. Okay. Got on Facebook probably around 2009, right? And basically the usual rigmarole, celebrity stuff, and what's going on with politics or whatever, and ended up meeting a brother that was talking about the stock market. Okay, and had never heard any black people talking about the stock market. Yeah, I knew about the stock market, but it was always kind of foreign to me. And around December 2014, I opened my first brokerage, kind of following his advice. And that's what piqued my interest. That's what got me started.
Okay. So when you started trading and investing, how was it to you? Did you seem like it was difficult, emotional? Like tell us a little bit about that journey throughout like trading and investing and following along or getting involved with this world.
Initially, I want to say I probably had the presumption of most people. I thought it took a lot of money.
Hmm.
So I went that route. Now, obviously, I was fortunate enough to spend money. And I think that's the first mistake I made. I spent a lot of money on my first educational program.
Hmm.
I kind of talked to you about it, previously. Um, I spent $5,000 for education and some indicators. Way more than profit room, right? We already know that, right? Way more than profit room. And it was okay, but I knew it wasn't what I learned from that. I knew that wasn't quite it. Now, I was profitable, but I wasn't profitable like I knew was possible to be profitable.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when you took that course, you mentioned the term indicators. How did that make you feel as a trader?
Um, I want to be politically correct here, I think, because that's the world we're living in. But I guess I want to say kind of dependent,
Hmm.
not autonomous. Not what I've learned from the profit room, because the profit room has taught me autonomy. I was dependent on indicators, you know, and it seemed like to be proficient in that trading system, I had to buy more and more indicators. And sometimes these indicators, they don't always work the way you need them to work, especially like maybe today when the market gets volatile. You know, the indicators tend to be reactive and not proactive, right? And kind of one of the things you learn about trading is you need to be able to predict where the market is going or anticipate. That's one of the things you teach, right?
Yeah.
Indicators, you can't always do that, you know, and really, you can't really do that. You kind of, you know, you're reacting more than you're being proactive, I would say.
Correct, because you're waiting for. I like to always tell people you're waiting for A to hit B to hit C in order to react. And
Yep.
like today, in a market like today, when something jumps up crazy or jumps down crazy, the indicators are going woo, and you're sitting back like, what do I do next? I gotta
Right.
wait. I can't trade. I just gotta wait.
Yep.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. So when you felt that way that you have to rely on the indicators, did that seem like it took a sense of control away from you, like trading?
Absolutely. It felt like it took a sense of control. And I also feel like, yeah, I think I got, you know, so to speak, as far as investing in that program. I did learn some things, you know, but I just feel like it was what I learned wasn't worth what I invested,
Okay.
you know.
So you was most likely what I always hear, you were just paying more for a strategy versus learning how to trade.
Absolutely. Spot on.
All right. And that's very common. And I like that you bring that up because we do get a lot of students where I like to bring that out, the discussion that we have in here. There's a difference when you take a trading course and you also take a strategy course. And majority of people don't realize the difference. Someone will market you a course on learning how to day trade or learning how to trade the stock market, futures, options, forex, whatever you're trading. But the thing is, especially if you're a newbie and you clearly don't understand, the whole thing is in the market, you know what you don't know, right? So now you realize you're put into a program that probably does work in those exact conditions, in those exact conditions. But
Yep.
when but when stuff changes and you try to do that, it doesn't clearly work. And it's not saying that you can't make it work for you, but many traders find that they get in themselves in a situation when that specific strategy or that A plus B plus C doesn't work anymore. And now it's like, I become dependent upon that. I'm telling people that I'm a trader. I'm telling people I'm a day trader. I'm telling people I'm this. And you realizing, like today, that strategy is not going to work today.
Mm-mm. Nope.
That strategy is not going to work today. So that's clear. That's the difference between the two. So whenever you're purchasing any type of trading or investment course, everyone find out what you're actually getting. Are you teaching me how to be a trader, or are you teaching me a trading strategy? That's the difference, right? A trader learns how to think on their own and react on their own, right? Just like maybe a boxer, right? A boxer can do uppercuts, punch, jabs, boom. They're maneuvering, they have combinations, boom, 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 right? Then there's a difference when you just somebody that just jabs, jabs, you gotta wait, jab, jab, you gotta wait. You know, the trader can boom, 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 boom. It's technique versus just, you know, one, two, three. So what happened a little bit further on your trading career? How did you find the profit room and why did you come to us? Tell us about that.
Okay. After that initial educational program, I took another one, which was a total flop. It was more of like like what we have in the group or in the pay group. It was an alert system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Took another paid more money for alerts. I got 30 days worth of alerts, and I think the alerts were correct like out of 30 days, maybe like 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Got again. You know, and this is why I really I wanted, when you asked me to do this, like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk to you because I've had people come to me throughout my career because I've been posting about my trades throughout the past 6+ years, and they asked me to teach them. I'm like, I know I don't have that teaching skill set. I'm not there. I don't have that mentality. Probably don't have the patience. I don't want people to go through what I went through, because I know probably most working class people can't afford to spend the kind of money that I spent. And I'm not trying to brag or be,
No, it's understandable.
I'm just telling you, I've spent a lot of money on this, So what we talked about earlier is, kind of built my own network on Facebook, right? And kind of was able to sift through people that I knew what they were talking about. And, met some guys that were like institutional traders, met some guys that were retail traders. And I noticed it was a commonality. They kept showing your posts. They kept sharing your posts, kept sharing your posts. I'm like, okay, let me go check out Ernest, right? So I started following Ernest. I started following Latoya. And I noticed there was consistency. And we're living in a time right now with social media, what you have called, what is it, call out culture, council culture.
Yeah.
If you're not the truth, people gonna come for you, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That. Oh, they gonna come for you hard.
Yeah.
They gotta come for you. They gotta come for you.
Yeah. And I noticed that there was nobody checking Ernest. There was nobody checking Latoya. It's like, okay. And the references that I found you guys through is like, okay, they know what they're talking about. And by the time I think I started following you, I've been trading about 4 or 5 years. I kind of enhanced my system, the education I had, or the miseducation I had, and I had been somewhat profitable, but I was still not as efficient as I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. So I started following you, ended up sending you a friend request, kept watching your posts, kept seeing the consistency. And then around August of last year, I said, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and just get in the Signals group. Got in the Signals group, and within the first, I want to say 2 weeks, I made probably enough money to make twice, to pay twice what the cost of the future course was. So I'm in the Signals group. I'm talking to Kevin. I'm talking to Latoya. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and take this course, because I'm confident that Ernest and Latoya, your profit room, they know what they're talking about. Based on I already came in kind of having some knowledge and had been trading for a while. And what happened is you guys provided for me exactly what I thought was going to happen. I was able to expound on top of what I already knew, and it made me more efficient. It made me take less risk. It made me, the previous system, trading futures, I probably was trading, my style was scalper, and I probably was trading, maybe in a day, I might do 20, 30 trades a day. So you can imagine what that commission looks like. After just taking your alerts, it took me down to like maybe 3 to 5 trades a day, if that many. Then it took me down to not trading every day.
Got you. Yeah.
Then I took the course, took my notes, and I'm gonna tell you this: I haven't even incorporated everything that your course taught. I'm just basically working on with levels and alerts. And previous system, I probably was like, at best, if I got 10 ticks, that was a good entry for me. After the profit room education, 20, 30 ticks, easy.
Controlled, right? Not wild, not all over the place. Not like, oh, I'm scared. Yeah, got you.
Yeah, confident.
And I like the word confidence. I think that's one of the major thing is like you saying, a lot of people will trade, and you have that skill, but sometimes you got to have somebody to help bring that out. And the hardest thing with trading is to build that confidence, because when you have money on your mind, just the thought process every time you trade, people will always, oh, what if I lose this? Or I got to jump out. Like you said, I got to take those 10 ticks because I don't know if I'm going to ever get it again. But now when you're in a trade and okay, boom, I know I'm getting 20, 30 ticks off of this. I know if I'm getting 20 or 30 points off of this, because you can see it, right? You know the levels, you foresee it, but it's just that strength that comes there. And I always tell people it's the trader's edge, right? It's just like, I can't trade for you. You have to buy and you have to sell, right? I could just guide you and show you how to do it. But the more you start following the direction and the structure and understanding the levels, it's like, you know what? I'm not jumping in and out no more. It's like, I have never been in the military or anything of that nature, but I can only imagine if you in battle in the field, you can't be running with no AK in the middle of the army and just like, pop, pop, and I'm high. And, you see the movies, they pop, 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 and they running across the death, they know what they have to do. And, that's not comparison to like trading in that sense, but it's just like, listen, I have the confidence, I got the skill, I got the training. So
Yeah.
now once I come to the market, I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready to do what I have to do. And I believe that's what a lot of people lack, especially in the social media world. Because I know you were saying before, what do these groups be talking about? Like what with trading and things like that.
It's a bunch of noise, man. It's a bunch of noise, and it's really crazy because social media has created this atmosphere where you have adults getting on social media, and I think, just to use maybe a euphemism type term, people out here fronting for the book, man. People basically lying. I've literally seen people jump on here with like stock photos and a stock photo and show an account and say, hey, this is the profit I made. I made 20% today. And they're like, man, you forgot to take the splash off there. This is not even true. You didn't do this.
Yeah.
And then I talk to some people that I know are educated, I know are consistent, and we're sharing what we do in the group. We're sharing trade levels, we're sharing entry points. The groups, man. And then another thing about the groups is also, what I like what the Profit Room provides is the fact that it's talking to our people, because I've been in the trade groups, that's us. I've been in trade groups on like TD Ameritrade. I've been in trade groups where it's not us. And another thing that comes in is, regardless with trading, and you get people. Let's say, let me preface with this. Politics sometimes dictates what's happening on the market.
Yeah,
Get folks want to talk about politics, and it's like, man, I don't have time to hear all that.
We here to make money.
I'm here to make money. You all that who you voted for now. Okay, fine. Maybe what so and so did, maybe it did impact the market, or maybe it did impact it positive and negative. But you know what? Let's keep the context on trading. Let's keep focused.
Correct.
So the groups, that's another thing about the groups, and it's another benefit about Profit Room is, you talking to us. Let's kill all the noise and all the drama. I don't want to get into anybody's personal leanings, political leanings, whatever. Let's keep it about the money.
And I think that's I'm glad you bring that up, because trading is very personal. Like we're going to discuss about your goals and what you achieve is for you. That's for you. That's for your legacy. That's for your want, your family. This is what I want is different than maybe another student want. And what happens, and I'm all for like associating. I'm all for building up community base. But at the end of the day, you know, like you said, it could be noise. And sometimes trading has turned into, like, to me, high school all over again. Like everybody's at a lunch table. Like, you know what I mean? Let me come over here, like, and just because these people are cool. Like this is the cool group and stuff. Like, man, we 30, 40, 50 years old. It's too old. That's played out at this point. You know what I'm saying? To me, you got to look at what you want. And that's the hardest thing. It's like I have an ego as trading because that's how I am, and everybody will have that. But just because you doing well, you need the world to see it, right? Which is nothing wrong with that, but you got to make sure you're consistent. You want to make sure you're consistent, because when you're in those groups and you're not winning and you're losing and all of them are doing very well, you're pushed to the side.
Oh yeah.
Because life is good. Life is good. So when everybody's crying, they want you to cry, like, because the market's down. Majority, let's cry together.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy. That's happy. No, 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 no. Because when you crying, I still want to be making money. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about when the market is going to return. Oh, I turned from a trader now to an investor overnight. let's switch the subject now. Let's talk about
Right.
something else because the market is going down now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk. You already know the sentiments of the pivoting that happens back and forth, but that's where I like to tell people, and that's all good, but you got to realize, what do you want out of life? You know what I mean? Like, I like the freedom. There's a point where you're coming into trading and investing, you got to push away. Like, I get students all the time that say, yeah, I'm in certain trading groups, and I got like a steady team and things like that. But then I got to always ask yourself, look at your age, look at your goals, and what do you want out of life, right? That's all good. But sometimes as you start maturing, even as a young man, right, or a young woman, sometimes you got to separate yourself from them friends in order to achieve what you want. And it's no different right here as an adult. We may all have started together trying to do this, but sometimes you got to see yourself and separate, because they may not be where you at that point. And I'm glad you bring that up, because a lot of people, that's what we say, we don't chat, we trade. Because my job right now is to bring you into the market and show you how to take money out consistently. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to be your friend. I would like to be your friend, but I'm here to personal train you to take money out the market, because I don't want to disguise that. You know what I mean? I don't want to disguise any of that, because that's going to dilute my brand, right? And my brand is to make people successful traders. So I'm always very conscious about that. Like, boom, boom, to the point. Boom, boom, let's trade. Where you at? This and that. And some people appreciate that, and some people don't realize that's what you actually need. You know what I mean? You actually need that in order to change. And once you see that, boom, 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 you start seeing a whole lot of changing and your trading and things of that nature. So tell us about some of your recent success with trading.
I mean, I've seen a couple of, I've kind of mentioned a couple of, I guess, metrics that I know that I'm getting better. And I think one thing I pointed out is I'm not making as many trades. I'm not trading every day. But I would say in the last 4 months, I've been paying my bills strictly from trading. Now, as I mentioned, I do work. I got a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the job, it can provide, what I need. But I think when I tagged you on the post, it's no better feeling than knowing that you don't have to depend on the job. I don't know, you've been trading a while, you might not have had a job in a while, but I know it's a lot of working class people out there that I know you should feel this. When you don't have to depend on your job, I'm telling you, literally, my paycheck goes into a savings account. I don't even look for it. I've been paying my bills since probably November 2020. All my bills through trading. And what's really the real deciding factor that lets me know that I'm probably gonna be able to retire, in which I've done before. And I quit working like back in maybe 2017 or something for about a year. But the profit wasn't right. So I had, I came back and started working. So I'm like, I'm not seeing enough money. I'm gonna go back to working. But when I started getting 3 months, 6 months of bills paid off of maybe in 3-4 trades, that's that metric. That's that factor that's letting me know things are going in the right direction. This is what, when I got into trading, as you asked me initially early on in this interview, this let me know this is what I was looking for. I'm looking for that comfort. I'm looking for that. I don't want to be stressed about a job, man, because job working, I don't care what you do. I don't care how much money you make. Working is stressful. Giving you can't get back time. When you put the 40 hours in a week, and
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. And then a lot of people putting in more than that. Even with my job as a software developer, I'm putting in more than 40 a week, sometimes. And it's stressful. Who wants to be working till 8, 9 o'clock at night? Sometimes on the weekend, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Who want to be doing that? I would rather be doing something in my leisure. I play golf. I like to fish. I like to be doing that. Hanging with
Enjoying
my
your
family.
life.
Exactly. So the one of the huge factors was knowing that, hey man, I'm making these investments, I'm getting more proficient with trading. I'm so excited about the teachings of the Profit Room because I'm not even incorporating all the teachings yet. I still got to go back and read my notes. I'm only looking at like levels, and I'm taking signals, and my bills are paid, and that's taking a huge amount of stress off of me, man. Knowing that, hey, my parents were working class, came up, during segregation and integration, and they worked to a retirement age of 60 and something, knowing that I'm probably not going to have to work like them, because I got them brokers. I'm trying to get them on, but it's not as easy to get that elderly crowd on. But I mean, my dad does do it though. He does do it, but he still is not. He doesn't want to get as involved because he just give me, hey man, you just make the trade for me, and I put the money in. I'm like, nah, you need to learn how to do it. But still, I mean, I'm kind of introducing him. He's profitable, man, and that's yeah.
No, I like to say, because what you're trying to say, I know what you mean. Like, when you have a job, you got somebody you have to depend on, you got somewhere you got to be all the time. Even though it's good money, but it's still your time. I always tell everybody that, man. It's your time. Like you saying, them 3 or 4 trades to pay your bills. Something may happen in your life where you can make that decision at any point to walk away from your job if you had to. Yeah. It's just like, you don't need to. I tell everybody, you don't need to do that, but that's the power that you have. That's the power that you have, because at the end of the day, you could look at yourself, you know what? I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna be able to take care of myself. And boom. And not too many people have that. And that's the thing. If you just spend time, I always tell the students, if you give me 3 months of your life, 3 months, it's just like a diet. Boom, I could change you. But you got to give 3 months. And that's some of the hardest thing people could do. But like, when you see, like, that's why I like having these talks, because I can hear the passion, because that's internal. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, like you saying, tag, man. And what people don't realize is hard to pull money out of the market on a consistent basis. So don't be fooled by everybody else. They show you these big profits, these huge money, yeah, once in a while, once here and there, but ask them to do that on a daily or weekly basis consistently. Yeah. That means like you getting a paycheck consistently. Yep. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy at all. But when you develop that skill, you feel some type of way. You feel like, you know what? Yeah, I got this. I got this. You know what I mean? You got your head up a little more. You a little bit more independent. I mean, then you start seeing stuff that your family probably never even imagined, or you imagine you would be able to do with your life.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Kind of like the title you gave to this video. My parents, my family probably didn't think I was going to be able to get a house. And hey,
tell us about that. What would you tell everybody what you was able to do from your trading?
Well, I've been kind of looking into it probably for about the past probably 5 years, but I've been doing a lot of traveling with work. See, so traveling a lot kind of deterred me away from buying a house, because I'm like, if I buy a house, well, I want to buy a house now. I'm in California. I'm over here working in North Carolina. I'm down in Atlanta, because that's what my work life has been for the past 4 years. So, yeah, I make enough money to do it, but I wouldn't have been available to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I'd have had the house, but I wouldn't have been able to enjoy it. And from my income, yes, I mentioned, I make a decent income, software developer. I can afford some nights, but still paying for that house on that salary would have required me to work, like I just mentioned previously, like my parents, until I'm 65, 67, till their retirement age. And been trading a while, got with the Profit Room, and just really kind of mashed the gas on
contracts.
I want to say 25% of your teachings. I haven't even incorporated everything. I got to go back and look at my notes. I'm going to keep saying it. What you're teaching in that futures course it's basic fundamentals, I think, of technical analysis, but it's just that it's solid. And I haven't even incorporated all of it into my whole trading system, because I mentioned to you, I trade futures and I trade options. But just what I've done since August, when I jumped down with the profit room, I was able to go in here and, talk to these people about the house, and really, it was, there was no stress. The questions they were throwing at me as far as income, they looked at my job, but then when they asked about, do you have any secondary income? And I provided proof of that. And I showed them the brokers. I just showed them, I traded out a couple of brokers. I showed them one brokerage, what I'm doing at the profit room. And they shut it down. I was like, okay, when do you want to move in, And
oh man, so when do you move in? When you close, how's everything going?
29th, man, everything's going smooth. No, once they saw, here's the real thing. When they saw secondary income, the whole energy changed in the conversation, the whole facial expression, everything changed. Because actually my secondary income is superseding my primary income, was my job. Like what I've been telling you, is like, they saw enough proof to like, oh, okay, he good.
Gotcha.
And it made the whole process a whole lot easier.
Man, and now you got ownership like that. You got ownership like that, man.
Absolutely.
That's great, man. And now and then now you have the peace of mind.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a lot of people don't realize. I know when I bought my first house, or when you make a major purchase, or just in general, you think about what you owe and what you're responsible for, and all that stuff. If you're a person that have anxiety, you know what I mean? Not everybody does, but it's still a sense of responsibility.
Oh yeah.
Because now I've been in situations where you look when I'm working, and it's like, man, if I lose this job, I'm gonna lose my livelihood.
Yes.
Or like I got this great position in this company. If I lose this job and I bid out for another one, I know my salary gonna be cut almost in by 20%, because I know cats out here looking for work.
Yeah.
When you got that trading, and they already say, it's like, you know what, I'm good, man. Like, boom, let me sign on the line, because I know I'm focused. I got the confidence. You bring that energy to the market, like you doing on a regular basis, and like, hey, yo, I'm good. I'm gonna take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's no better feeling. I don't even know how to explain it, because I haven't been at this emotional state and financial stability. I haven't been here in my life, and I'm 44 years old, man, and I've been coding 20 years, I mean, most people know what it is for a software developer, man. You make decent money, but a lot of us, we ain't there, especially if you got like family dependents and that kind of stuff, man, or you got any kind of illness, man. I mean, that can eat up your money,
Oh man, listen, but see, and I like when you say the independence, and that's all. It's not about like when trading, it's not about being super rich and how much money you making. It's about the freedom and the confidence to do what you got to do. And that's why I always tell people, like, you still a young man, you still got many years left and things of that nature, and even other people. But if you don't react now, you'll be in the same situation that you've been doing over and over again. So like you was mentioning before, you started a journey over 4 years ago or so, or a little bit longer, but it fast tracked even sooner here. And that's what I tell people. It's just like, we do have money for anything that we want to do. But when you realize something is working out great, or you see something, invest in it. You got to invest in it. You got to invest in yourself, because at the end of the day, you're counting your time more than anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I could do it myself. I could do it myself. Like a lot of stuff, like even on the back end, I try to take care of and do things. Oh, it's not that you're not intelligent, right? It's not that you can't, but sometimes somebody is just better at it than what you're doing.
Yep.
Somebody can just get it done a little bit faster than what you're doing. So what will take you maybe a week or two to get, somebody could do in one day.
Yep.
And that's the same thing I tell with people in trading. What may take you a year and to get inconsistent and things like that may only take me 3 months, so you can get around all of that stuff. That's the power of investing in yourself and having somebody work your, structure and work your way up to, you know, being consistently profitable.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very important that everybody realizes that, because nowadays you could be blinded to reality, man. So, man, I'm not going to keep you too long, man. I really appreciate that you actually came on. Like I said, when you added me at the post, I was like, man, what? Because I know like a lot of our students, you know, they you stay laid back. A lot of people in the cut and things like that, and they pop up out of nowhere. Boom, I did this, or boom, I did that. I'm like, oh man, you know, it invigorates us, because even us as a people, right? When they could hear your story, they could see your face and know, like, man, I'm no different than Ira. I'm no different than Ernest, Latoya, or anybody. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, to me personally, is like everything that you saying makes me feel even better, because it's more the freedom and the power. And especially as a man in general, right? We feel a certain type of way, because I don't understand how women feel, but we feel a sense of that we gotta be able to provide. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for our parents, or whoever we gotta take care of. Like, you know, you usually the go-to person. I got three older sisters, even though I'm the baby brother. Yo, let me call Ernie. What's up with little Ernie? You know, they still calling me like, listen, but you know, that's how you feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that could be a lot of pressure on you, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that you could say, listen, I'm a strong man. I'm a positive man here. I'm a provider. You know, I can handle this. Don't worry, I got this. Telling you, even y'all ladies in the audience or whatever, that's the best feeling you can have in the world as a man. You know what I mean? That you can, yo, I
Absolutely.
got this. I can handle this. I could take care of it. No problem. And you know, that's the confidence I'm glad that I see in you, Ira, and I really do appreciate you for coming on here and sharing your story. Any last words you want to mention to everybody before we wrap up?
Absolutely. Anybody? I I agree with what Ernest is saying. I would not even do anything like this. I wouldn't promote anybody's business. I wouldn't promote too many people trading if they weren't the truth. Profit Room is the truth. Even if you can't afford their course, get into the alerts group. Get into the alerts, because the alerts are 100. I have not gotten a bad alert yet. It's not just Ernest, it's Latoya. It's not just Ernest and Latoya. It's other students in the group that know what they're talking about, that are giving alerts. And it's a network. Everybody's helping everybody. You can't lose. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it if you just do it for like 1 to 2 months. I promise you, you're not going to be mad about spending that money. I'm rocking with you, bro. I'm with you. Profit Room is the truth. Straight up.
Nah, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like I said before, man, I appreciate you coming out here. Everyone who's watching, like I said, my name is Ernest. I'm co-founder of the Profit Room. We're a stock market trading education company. We like to do student success stories and just personal success stories, like just real trader talk, letting everybody see what you can actually do. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. What you can actually do part time. You don't need to be full time to make some extra money consistently, and
Yep.
just have that power, and even more so, have that freedom to do whatever you want to do, and more importantly, like and enjoy life, man. And that's what we're about.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And Ira, I'll see you in the profit room.
Yeah, bro.
All right, take care.
Later.